Day one of the NBA playoffs was officially wrapped up, and it was phenomenal. This is some of the best basketball I've seen day one of NBA playoffs in a long time. In recent memory, I might be a little bit, have recency bias, but from my remembrance, my personal opinion, yesterday was phenomenal from start to finish, even though we had a few blowout games here and there, but it was just the storylines are building in this game one. And the thing with game ones is we can never overreact, but we tend to always do it, myself included. I'll give you a few examples. Sacramento Kings versus the Golden State Warriors 2023. First two games, actually. Overreacted. I thought we was going to win in 5. When Allen Iverson beat the Los Angeles Lakers in game one back in the early 2000s, and then got gentlemen swept. The Golden State Warriors losing a lead to the Celtics in game one in the 2022 NBA Finals, and then going on to win in 6. You get what I'm saying? So it's like game ones don't dictate necessarily how the series is going to go. It's a fill-out game. Now, games 2 and 3 are very important because you don't want to go down 0-2, and if you're a home team, you don't want to split 1-1 going away. Okay? But let's go ahead and go over these matchups and what I saw and give my breakdown and my synopsis and what I think they exploited and figured out, because you got to think that the playoffs, you're playing them a minimum of 4 times. So there's going to be change-ups. Like there's going to be, I can't freaking think of the word. I'm blanking. There's going to be adjustments going into the next game. But let's start with this Denver and Clippers game. But first of all, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. Denver came back, rallied all the way. You know what I'm saying? More importantly, Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook, with 9 offensive boards by themselves combined, won them the game, in my personal opinion. Without those two, they don't win at all. Like, not a shot. But they kept possessions live, which 9 more possessions. I get 9 more shots. Usually you're going to win a game like that, right? Nikola Jokic one rebound shy of a triple-double. He played phenomenal, man. Russell Westbrook at the end of regulation, though. It was a very odd situation. Jokic drew 2, kicked to Russ. Russ immediately dribbled right into the defender, backed out, and like he just spazzed out. When I saw that, I said, oh no, I said Clippers gonna win. The momentum just shifted because Russ hits a 3, hard to come down, scores the quickest layup I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what kind of defensive scheme they thought was gonna happen there, but Harden scored within the first 4 seconds of the shot clock. And they had about 18 seconds left on the game clock. And then I'm like, damn, the momentum shifted that quick. And then Russ come down and do that going into overtime. Oh, I thought the Clippers had it for sure. But Kawhi Leonard with 7 turnovers is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Now, what I did notice is early on, the Clippers were short rolling the Denver Nuggets to death. Denver made the adjustment, sending 2 high at Kawhi, sending 2 high at Harden, and then making the others beat them to where there really wasn't no short roll opportunity because they were damn near blitzing them almost a half court at the end of the game. I think they found out that worked. Now, Tyronn Lue's going to come back and make an adjustment. Of course, he might figure out a way to do a guard-to-guard screen or take Zubac, keep him at the dunker spot all day. I don't know, but I think if you're going to fire that high from a coaching perspective, I'm going to put a guard on a guard screen. So if you fire, bet I'm immediately up high, or I'm short rolling it down low to where my guard even gets the ball at the top of the 3-point line, and he can make the play going downhill, whether it's like a Chris Dunn, whether it's a Kawhi on a James Harden screen, you know what I'm saying? So it's like now the doubling opportunities become obsolete because I have a James, a Kawhi, a Chris Dunn, or a Norman Powell on a guard-to-guard screen, but then at that point, Denver's probably not gonna double. So then it'd be a cat and mouse thing. So I don't know, but that's just my first game synopsis on that matchup there. Moving forward, the New York Knicks, man, and in the Pistons game, you give up a 21-0 run like that in a game one, not as alarming. This is Cade Cunningham's first playoffs. Once Malik Beasley hit the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands, I said, yeah, this game's about to turn for the Warriors, for the Pistons. I just sensed it. And lo and behold, 21-point run. 21-0 run. I do think that the Knicks just match up very well with the Pistons, and vice versa. Like the Pistons could have won that game. But I think the longevity of the series, I think the Knicks, and the reason why I had them winning in 6 is because there's too much experience on that team, way too much experience on that team that the Pistons don't necessarily have yet at the star position. And I think that's what's going to carry them in this playoff series. I do think the Pistons have a great chance of winning game 2, in my personal opinion. I do. Because they figured out, like, okay, we just have to subdue that 21-0 run. I know it's easier than done, but it's like you cannot allow that to happen. You cannot allow a 21-0 run to happen. Like, in the, you know what I'm saying? I think it was in the fourth quarter, I want to say. Because it was like 90, no, it was like 98-90. And then I think Campaign did an excellent job, by the way. Round of applause to Campaign. Came in, I think, and it was 98-90. And then the score was 98 to like 111 or something like that. I was like, what the, in a blink of an eye. Unacceptable. But yeah, that's all my synopsis on that series. I don't want to talk about that one too much, just because I think the Knicks are going to win, and there really wasn't nothing like, that 21-0 run or something. I ain't gonna lie. Now let's talk about the game that I really want to get to here: the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now I know I skipped the Bucks and Pacers. I'm gonna end on that last. The T-Wolves. When you're shooting 50% from 3, 21 or 42 threes, and your opposing team is shooting 36% from the 3, you have a great chance of winning. When you win the turnover battle, Minnesota Timberwolves 10, Lakers 13, you have a great chance of winning. Well, ironically, the Lakers have more offensive rebounds, but let's stop talking about the stats right now. Let's talk about what we saw, the synopsis of the eye test of the game. Early on, Rudy Gobert gets 2 fouls. Coach trusts him. It's huge. Builds confidence. Very huge. Anthony Edwards didn't have the best game. Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid played phenomenal. Can we talk about those two for a minute? The Lakers could not figure out how to slow down Jaden and Naz. They couldn't figure out what the hell was going on until they realized, oh, they're just hitting a lot of threes and we're fucked. That's pretty much what happened. But on the flip side of it, the Lakers offensively, I mean, if you watch the game, it's like the T-Wolves, bro. Once the Lakers went small ball, the T-Wolves have such a great line to match the Lakers small ball. You can't just insert Dorian Finney-Smith into the game and then expect the T-Wolves to remain big, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like they have, like, look, you got Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, and then even if you take out Rudy Gobert and put in Naz Reid, your small ball matches up perfectly with the Lakers small ball. So Lakers now, they're what they were able to exploit from other teams at the small ball type of game style is not going to work against Timberwolves because they can match it. So now the T-Wolves also have the top spade, the you know what I'm saying, the colorful joker in their back pocket. At any point in time, if we want, we can just attack Luka. And on the other side, the T-Wolves made the Lakers play ISO basketball, which like favors the Timberwolves. And that's why in early in the game, I was like talking a little trash to my boys because like my brother-in-law, he's a Laker fan. But in my mind, I knew, I was like, this isn't really sustainable. The Lakers are scoring on 1v1 basketball. How many assists did the Lakers have last night? The Lakers had 15 assists on 33 field goals. That's terrible. That's terrible. Because Minnesota had 29 assists. Good gosh, on 44 field goals? Yeah, you're good, bro. Look. What that tells me is this: is if a team has that many assists, it's a trivia for you guys. It's a rhetorical question. What does that tell you? It tells you this: that ball was moving so fast. The Lakers' defense was in scramble mode for damn near over 80% of the game. If you have 29 assists, that means you're doing this. Close out. Run him off the 3-point line. X out to the man. He skips it. Oh, shoot, now I'm in help. I'm low. He skips it back. He skips it again. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, offensively, the best way to score is attacking gaps on closeouts. And that's what they were doing last night. But not only were they attacking gaps, attacking and kicking to the open guy because they were hitting threes. It was like a pick your poison situation with the Lakers last night because the Lakers just couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it. Meanwhile, the Lakers are playing ISO basketball. LeBron James, early on, bro, looked like a shell of himself, man. Like, it was back-to-back plays. I believe it was the second quarter, I forget. He attacks the basket, gets that shit beat off the glass. Boom! The very next play attacks Rudy Gobert, get that shit beat off the glass. I said, is LeBron washed? I was like, wait, I'm overreacting. 100%. It's just one game. And I got lost in the sauce for a little bit. But yeah, early on, bro, I couldn't believe what I saw from Braun. I was like, bro, Braun out there chilling. Couldn't really get separation last night. But it's game one. They'll adjust. But the movement wise, if they're gonna play ISO basketball, you can bet even if they get past the Timberwolves, they ain't gonna get past OKC. Because I think this roster can get past the Warriors. Because I think the Warriors are gonna beat the Rockets. But you're not getting past OKC playing that ISO ball all the way through the play. No. I know it might. No. I know Dallas got past OKC last year, but no. That OKC team is different this year. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, Lakers gotta get together, bro. A part of me was kind of happy as a Kings fan, you know what I'm saying, to see the Lakers fandom quiet as hell on that Twitter line last night. I ain't hear a peep. Like crickets. Niggas is like owls. Look like this. Shit was quiet as hell. But yeah, that game, when you watch the film, was gonna be like you could probably spend 30 minutes on the first 2 minutes as a coach. To be honest. So my adjustment that I think the Lakers should do is this. If you're going to enter the small ball role, cool. But the isolation has to be dumbed down. Because all the Timberwolves are going to do is they're going to be, okay, bet, we're going to switch everything. So any favorable matchup you think you have, attack it, go ahead. But you're going to play ISO basketball. That's what Minnesota's telling Lakers. Like, you're going to play ISO basketball because we're switching everything. We're not freaking hedging 2 slides and then run it back to our guy. No. We're just going to switch everything. Which is going to force you to play some ISO basketball unless you can figure out another freaking, like, a tactic to attack us. And for the Lakers, what I think is going to work for them is, okay, if you're going to switch, we slip everything. That's one way to kill a switch on any level. You automatically ghost the switch. I mean ghost the slip. So that means you're running up, you just slip automatically. Because then it occupies the eyes of the defenders, even the guy that's switching. Because switching, you're supposed to technically switch on contact. So once contact hits, boom, I switch. But if there's no contact and I switch, we're both in, you know what I'm saying, no man's land. We're like, oh, shoot, we're both on one guy. That's when that opportunity comes for that short roll. And now we're playing numbers going downhill this way. So I think that's one way to do it. But we'll see with JJ Redick. I know for a fact JJ Redick gonna draw some. Man, he didn't win 50 games on a fluke. You feel me? So all them guys, it'll be fine. I think the Lakers, they'll get game 2. They have no choice. You don't go down 0-2 going to Minnesota. You don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, JJ Redick will be fine. No, I'm not worried about that. Tyronn Lue, they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So those guys be good. Now on to the Bucks and Pacers. I believe last year, the Pacers beat the Bucks in the first round too. If I'm not, let me fact check that. Who won the Bucks and Pacers 2024 NBA playoff matchup? Yeah, they won in 6. So like it's like the Pacers have the Bucks number in a weird way. And without Dame, Bucks don't have a shot. I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you. They don't have a shot because they'll let Giannis had 36 and 12. They'll let Giannis just go crazy. To be honest. But as long as no one, like, first of all, Kyle Kuzma with 0 points with no Dame is unacceptable. My gosh, are you serious, Kyle Kuzma? You're an NBA champion. You were the third option on the bubble Lakers. You had 0 points last night in game 1. Hold on. First of all, let me fact check this. I think he only took 5 shots all game. Without Damian Lillard, 5 shots? That's unacceptable. Like what? How are we, bro? And like I said, the assist battle, 28-15. 28 for the Pacers, 15 for the Bucks. The Pacers are saying, go ahead, Giannis, go crazy. Go ahead, Kuzma, do your thing. Yeah, he ain't shoot the ball. So that's not gonna work. Without Dame, they got to play. Now I know Tyrese Haliburton only had like 10 points, but he had about like 12 assists though. If Halliburton's not scoring, he's dishing. And when he's dishing, his team is rolling. So like that's the thing you kind of have to leave. You kind of have to make Halliburton a scorer. It's like you don't want him to use his superpower of getting everybody involved. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that series is gonna be interesting because I had the Bucks winning, anticipating Dame was gonna come back by game one because I saw the reports. But even if Dame comes back, it's gonna be hard to ramp back up and get that chemistry back because you've been gone for a little while, and it's game 2 of the playoffs. You feel me? So I know I picked the Bucks, but Pacers in 6 again just sounds right. The Pacers look like more of a complete team than the Bucks. We got to call a spade a spade. Now I know Dame and Tyrese had gotten into it. Now this is the saving grace right here. Let's say Dame comes back, and him and Tyrese Halliburton were popping it during like a timeout or something like that. When people usually pop it at Dame, that's when he go crazy. So I'm excited to see Dame come back and go right at Tyrese Halliburton first game. Yeah, that's going to be something that's super exceptional to watch. Like I said, the Bucks aren't going to win this series without Dame. That's my first game overreaction for this whole round one. That's the official overreaction. They're not going to win without Dame. And I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's a really, like, the consensus is like, yeah, the players have a shot. But it's game 1 though, and it was in Indiana. So it'll be different going to Milwaukee. It's a different atmosphere, so we'll see. But other than that, man, let me know what you guys think of round 1 of the playoffs. That's pretty much all I have to say about the matchups from last night. Now, the one thing I will say is this. That Clippers and Denver series, I think is going 7. These other series, I don't think are going 7. That Clippers and Denver series might be one of the best first round matchups we ever seen because every game is going to be that close. Every game. There's too much high-level chess players on each side for it to be a gentleman's sweep, you know what I'm saying, in 6. I just think that's going to be a phenomenal freaking series, and I think Clippers are going to get game 2 because of James Harden. James Harden, bro, I mean, man, he's winning a time machine. 32 and 11 and 6 last night? In a time machine. Kawhi Leonard got to be better, though. But, yeah, man, that's my spiel for today. I'm excited to see day 2. I'll be back tonight. Sayonara, everybody. Peace.